Thank you so much for joining me. So to begin, please find a quiet spot where you can close your eyes, completely relax and go on an inner adventure. Make yourself warm and comfortable and just let your eyes drift closed. I want you to take a nice deep breath to the count of 4, breathing in from your belly. Then hold your breath for the count of 7 and exhale for the count of 8. I'm going to guide you through this. Take a nice big inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let it all go, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's do this again. Nice big inhale from the belly, 3, 4. Hold your breath, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale everything, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll do this twice more. Big inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Once more, big inhale. Hold your breath. Exhale everything. Good. Now just let your feet completely relax. Make sure all of your tension from your shoulders, jaw, eyebrows and hips have released and let go. Let your tongue drop in your mouth and take another belly breath in your own time and let out a sigh on your exhale if you wish. I want you to bring your awareness to your feet, and you see that you are walking in a beautiful open field. You see Harry, Ron, Hermione, Cedric Diggory and the Weasleys a little way ahead of you. They are laying down on their bellies on the ground, holding onto a boot. Harry calls you over and tells you to grab on. As soon as you touch the boot, you feel yourself flying and falling very fast in the air. You are being transported by a portkey. You then land at the Quidditch World Cup. You land on your back on the floor. Harry comes over and helps you up. You thank him. There are tents everywhere. There are people everywhere with different coloured hats and scarves. Hermione takes your hand and you go up some concrete steps to the largest open stadium that you have ever seen. The atmosphere is electrifying. It gives you a real boost of excitement. There are wizards flying all over the middle of the stadium. All of your Hogwarts friends are lined up next to you, whooping and cheering. A group of Quidditch players fly in a formation past you, and a firework goes off high above you. This firework forms the shape of your favourite animal in the air. You take a deep breath and begin to feel the motion of the Hogwarts steam train. You are sat in a compartment with Harry, Ron, Hermione, and also present are Harry and Hermione's familiars. You notice that an animal is sat next to you too. This is your familiar and will come along for the journey. A sweet lady appears outside the door with a cart full of delicious treats, and she hands you your favourite treat. As you indulge, it fills you with such a loving energy that you can't help but smile. You look out of the window and can see the steam from the train floating above like a beautiful cloud in the air. The train is making its way around a magnificent lake, with a tiny island of trees about 500 yards from where you are in the lake. It is an incredibly relaxing ride. Hermione tells you to look up, and you look in the direction she is pointing out of the window, and you simply cannot believe what you're seeing. A beautiful carriage led by magical white flying horses with spectacular wings fly down from the clouds and fly in the direction of Hogwarts. How splendid! Ron then gets your attention and tells you to look at the lake. You see a very large wooden ship appear from under the water like a submarine. How incredible! You are excited to see who is joining you at Hogwarts. You take another refreshing deep breath, and you are sat in the Great Hall at Hogwarts. Dumbledore is addressing the room behind his glorious podium, dripping with white candles. He tells you that this year you will be greatly tested, that you are to go through a series of challenges in order to discover your true strength, resiliency, and perseverance. He then welcomes in the other participants of the Triwizard Cup. The great doors open, and a spellbinding group of women gracefully make their way up the center aisle. They move with such balletic rhythm and poise. They exude blue butterflies from their aura. It is beautiful and heartwarming. After them are the men. Their energy is quite different. They folk dance majestically after them with a power and confidence that you absorb. The room is now filled with a vibrant excitement for what is to come. Dumbledore then points his wand at a large concrete podium. It shrinks away to reveal a luminescent blue flame burning from an enormous goblet. This is the Goblet of Fire. The clock strikes, and Dumbledore knows it's time. Everyone remains still waiting for what is about to happen. The flame then turns a bright red and spits out a small piece of parchment that floats gently into Dumbledore's hand. The flame immediately turns back to blue. Cedric Diggory is called, and everyone cheers. Then 3 more pieces of parchment are launched from a brief red flame, and Dumbledore calls Fleur Delacour, Victor Crumb, and Harry Potter. The room erupts into a happy commotion. Harry then whispers in your ear to look at the flame. At that moment, it briefly turns red once more, and the parchment, which Dumbledore takes intriguingly, has your name on it. Dumbledore calls you to come forward. You cannot believe it. There is no going back now. This is an opportunity to do some serious healing work with your compatriots. Dumbledore tells you to go and have some alone time in the common room. You oblige and find yourself entering through the painting and down into the Gryffindor common room. It's very cozy in here. There is a fire going, and there is a very comfy looking sofa with a warm blanket to snuggle in. As you take a seat, you notice that a face has formed in the fire, in the coal, wood, and burning flames. This is your guide, someone that has a message for you to help you in your upcoming challenges. Take a moment to listen and hear your message. You thank your guide, and they kindly tell you to close your eyes. You open them after a brief moment, and you are now sat at the base of a huge oak tree. Neville Longbottom is wading in the shallow part of a river. He is looking for herbs. You feel so content and grounded, being this engrossed in nature. Hagrid then walks towards you from the forest. He tells you that he has something to show you. You stand up and happily follow him. You can feel the crackle of leaves below your feet, the uneven feel of branches and rocks. You breathe deeply as you walk deeper into the forest, feeling more and more serene. Hagrid then stops you and tells you to be very quiet. In front of you are 4 fire-breathing dragons. They are magnificent in their stature, and the energy they pass to you is a reminder of your strength, courage, and fortitude. They are here to ask you to tap into your own intuition in order to bring balance and magic into your life. Your first task will be to face a dragon. You must call on your strength and courage to learn what you must. You thank Hagrid for bringing you here to see them first. You can then hear clapping from a distance. And the next thing you know, you are walking through a cave and entering an open dragon's lair. The whole school is watching you in stands around the top of the opening of the cave. Their energy is supportive and loving. You move very slowly around enormous rocks. There is the faint sound of heavy breathing. Your dragon then comes to meet you face to face. It is intoxicating, gigantic. Its eyes pierce through your soul. The scales are sizable, and some are really quite sharp. You cannot help but stare. You take a deep breath, and the dragon lets out a full breath of fire over you. You are engulfed in its flames, yet you are not affected in any way physically. The heat and the power of the fire wraps your entire being. The fire is cleansing you of any chaotic, negative energy that you have been harboring. Let it go. Release it to the fire. It holds nothing over you now. The dragon then stops. You feel light and heavy all at the same time. You feel like a fog has lifted from your brain. You can see clearly now. The dragon lays down in front of you, and you know that the dragon is allowing you to retrieve the egg. You thank the dragon and climb up a grouping of rocks and pick up the gleaming golden egg. The school lets out victorious cheers. You did it! Then begins to snow around you, and you look down, and you are now dressed in the most stupendous outfit. You are not in the cave anymore. You are surrounded by the young witches and wizards, all dressed in their finest attire. You are stood at the entrance of the great hall. It is truly breathtaking. It has been turned into a complete winter wonderland. At the end of the hall is the largest tree you have ever seen inside, and it's covered in snow. There is a band playing your favourite music. The dance floor looks like ice tiles as students begin to take the floor. It is magical and uplifting. Harry, Ron and Hermione lead you inside. Ron tells you that there is someone special waiting for you on the dance floor. You look up, and someone you've always wanted to dance with or talk to is waiting for you in the center of the floor to dance with you. You thank them and make your way over to your partner. You are nervous, happy and excited all at the same time. You take a nice deep breath and come to face them. They take hold of you in a ballroom hold, and you both begin to waltz around the floor. Everybody is either sitting or standing around you, giving you the space and providing you with unconditional love and support. The song then comes to an end and you thank your partner. Cedric Diggory then taps you on the shoulder and tells you that in order to hear the song of the egg, you have to listen to it underwater. You do as he says and make your way up to the bathroom. There is a large bathtub that you fill with bubbles. On the wall in front of you is a stained glass picture of a mermaid. She is moving about and brushing her hair with her hand. It's quite spectacular to be surrounded by such beautiful mythical creatures. The bath is ready, so you remove your Yule ball attire and your golden egg is already waiting for you on the side. You immerse yourself into the warmth and the bubbles and lift your egg in too. Take a deep breath and dip yourself under the water and the egg will open. The song that it plays is so soothing. It's like a gentle female choir relaxing you, removing any stress you have in your body. You stay here for a few moments until you feel like you need to breathe again. You close the egg and put it back on the side and get out of the tub. You dry yourself off, and this time instead of your previous clothes, there are now workout clothes, ready for you to swim in. You put them on and make your way down the stairs and back through the castle. Neville Longbottom and Harry Potter are waiting for you at the castle door that goes down to the piers. Neville hands you a special herb and says that this will help you to breathe under the water. You take it and thank him. You all walk down towards where the school is waiting for you to jump in the lake with Fleur, Cedric and Victor. There are small boats lined up at the dock, and piers protrude out of the water. On the piers are all the excited students ready to cheer you on. Both you and Harry eat the herb and jump into the lake. All of you take off in a similar direction. It is almost totally silent under the water. All you can hear is the swish of your feet and the far-off distant voices of the song you heard in the bathtub. You dive down even deeper, moving further and further into your subconscious. You can swim between reeds and can see your friends swimming as fast as they can too. As you swim, the singing gets louder until you see an opening deep down in the lake and see people suspended, motionless, as mermaids swim around you. They sing to you and stand guard. They mean no harm. They are simply protecting the humans. You see Cedric, Victor, Fleur and Harry all take their suspended chosen partners back up to the surface. You then see someone suspended that you need to take back up, that you feel you need to express more love and gratitude to. The mermaid telepathically communicates that this person means the world to you, although sometimes you don't always show it. This is your chance to reconnect with them spiritually. And at the end of this meditation, you could express emotionally and physically how much love you have for them. You hug them and release them from the suspension and swim them up to the surface. As you reach the surface, you swim to the pier, and Harry, Victor, Cedric and Fleur help you and your loved one out of the water. You are given a towel that dries you very quickly. Dumbledore tells you that he has something to show you. You give your loved one a meaningful embrace, and you thank them for being a part of your meditation. Dumbledore then leads you back up to the castle. You arrive at the spectacular Golden Phoenix, and Dumbledore opens his office door. You see Fawkes sitting on the perch. Dumbledore takes you over to another part of his office. It has a beautiful carved concrete font with wisps of sparkling white string-like clouds floating around in the font. Dumbledore puts his wand to your temple and pours out energetically what looks like a memory from your mind. He then puts it in the font and it floats around. You begin to make out faces in the pool. These faces then turn into a memory that you are holding onto in your subconscious. You need to be aware of this memory in order to move on from its events. It serves you no purpose other than causing you redundant pain, guilt and stress. You watch as the memory unfolds. Dumbledore tells you to take out your wand and point it at the pool in the font. He then tells you a spell to remove all emotional pain from your memory, so you can only look at it from an objective point of view and not hold on to it in a way that is not good for your health. You do so and take a sigh of relief when this weight is lifted from your consciousness. Dumbledore says, "Well done," and tells you that you have one more contest to complete. He leads you down to an area where a magical maze appears for miles and miles between the tall mountains. The school students are sat in the stands at the entrances of the maze. Dumbledore places you in front of one of the maze's entrances. You see your other contest partners smiling at you from the other entrances. You turn around and you see Ron and Hermione give you a thumbs up. You then enter the maze. The trees close behind you, and everything goes quiet. You can just make out the night sky through each strip of the top of the maze. The further around the maze, the deeper you feel. You are traveling further into your subconscious. You turn left, you turn right again. And in front of you, in the center of an opening, gleaming under the moonlight, is the Triwizard Cup. You make your way over to it and take a nice deep breath. You pick up the cup, and it's a portkey just like the boot. You feel yourself flying and spinning and falling somewhere else. You land on the floor in your safe haven. This is a place where you feel most content, joyful, and at peace. This could be anywhere your heart desires. You look around and take in the atmosphere. You smell the familiar smells. You pick up familiar objects or run your hands along flowers if you're in a garden. You begin to feel a strong presence behind you. So you turn around and see your final messenger. This is someone who is a mentor in your real life, someone you look up to. They come over to you with a kind, soft presence. You ask them the question that's been brewing in your subconscious. You ask them to guide you for your highest and greatest good, and to provide you with the advice you seek. You both sit and just be for a moment. You thank your teacher for their time and guidance. They tell you it's time to take the portkey back to Hogwarts and to take good care of yourself. You pick up the cup and you are transported back into your bedroom in the Gryffindor common room. Dumbledore is stood in the room. He welcomes you back and tells you that there will be times when you have to choose what is right and what is easy. You always have a loving support system and friends around you. You're never alone. You thank Dumbledore for his kind words and take a nice deep breath. On your exhale, you return yourself back into the time and space you are in now, into your physical body, becoming aware of the sounds and smells within the room, the beating of your heart, the movement of your breath. Begin to put some energy back into your fingers and toes and muscles. Give them a wiggle, give them a squeeze. And bring your hands either just on your heart or into prayer at your heart center so you can feel your heartbeat. And we're going to close with 2 cleansing breaths together, letting out a sigh on the exhale if you wish. Take a nice deep breath. Let it go. And one more. Let it go. And very slowly open your eyes and smile. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Thank you.